Hey, what's good, everybody? This is Ced Banner, and this is not another one of my movie reviews. This is my end of summer 16 special, where I'll be ranking my top 5 summer flicks. Overall, it's been a great summer for films. You know, you had your blockbusters, we had a few surprises as well. Let me go ahead and give my disclaimer as far as what is being factored into my top 5. I naturally did not see every film that came out this summer. I probably saw 85 to 90% of them. The films that will not be included in this countdown are films that I did not see, and those notable films are Independence Day, what was it? Independence Day Resurrection, I think. Yeah, Independence Day 2, whatever. Did not go see that, and from everyone I've spoken with who did see it, that was a great decision, so it probably wouldn't have been in this countdown. Ghostbusters, the reboot with the women. I did not see that. I heard mixed reviews. Some actually said it was better than what they were expecting. Others hated it. I did not go see it. That's going to be a Redbox rental one night. I did not see Finding Dory. I just don't like kids films. I'm sorry, y'all. I'll watch it eventually. And lastly, Tarzan. I actually meant to go see it. I just never got around to it. There were too many things coming out at the time. But I've heard mixed reviews on it as well. But Tarzan will not be included either. And a quick rundown of some honorable mentions that did not make my top 5, but were very close to making it. Jason Bourne. I really enjoyed Jason Bourne. It did have its flaws, mostly in pacing, in my opinion, but it was a great return to form for Matt Damon. I was glad to see him back, but it did not quite cut it for my top 5. X-Men Apocalypse. I didn't completely hate it, but let's get it back to Marvel Studios. Just let them have it. They have Spider-Man. Let's go ahead and get X-Men back there and get this together. So X-Men Apocalypse, definitely not in this countdown. Mike and Dave Need Wedding Dates. You're probably surprised I'm even mentioning it, but I really enjoyed it. It was a great surprise rated R comedy, but did not quite cut the top 5. Neighbors 2, I thought it was a solid comedy sequel. I enjoyed it, but did not make the top 5. And lastly, all of you are probably waiting to hear where I'm putting the DC flicks. Batman vs. Superman, I did not include. It came out in March. I'm starting this countdown in April, mid-April, towards the end of April. In my opinion, Marvel kicked it off. So number 5 for my top 5 summer movies of 2016, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2. Of course, it just like the first, it didn't capture all the magic of the originals. I don't even think that's possible. But as far as reboots and using CGI, it was not bad. I enjoyed it. I thought the pacing was great. I like where the storyline is going. I love the inclusion of Bebop and Rocksteady, and seeing Krang on screen was just excellent. The nostalgia and the excitement, I really enjoyed it, and I'm looking forward to see where the franchise goes. Number 4 is the one that I think a lot of people won't agree with, and it's kind of a surprise entry, but it's Warcraft. I went in to see Warcraft not knowing anything about it. I had a life when I was a kid, so I didn't get to play the game very much or at all. I knew it was a game, but the film I thought did a great job of giving an introduction for those of us who did not play it, who knew nothing about that universe, about that world. I thought the pacing was pretty solid, the storyline, the fact that it's an origin as far as the film universe goes, it was very solid, and I was a lot more invested in the film that I planned to be or expected to be. So at number 4, I put Warcraft, and the special effects in the battle scenes were definitely something to behold in 3D and IMAX. Number 3 on my top 5 films or summer films of summer 2016 is Sausage Fest. Sausage Fest was another surprise. It was kind of the end of the summer film, in my opinion. It was, I expected it to be funny and outrageous because it is Seth Rogen and all of his friends, but it went a lot deeper than I expected it. It was rated R all the way. I appreciated I appreciated that they used every bit of the leeway they got for a rated R animated film. The themes and the parallels in the storyline I thought worked well with the fact that they were using food and food being destroyed and thinking they were going to this paradise or whatever. Religious parallels. It was just really a lot deeper than I expected, and the comedy was great. It was very smart. So yeah, that's my number three for the summer films of 2016. Sausage Fest. And once again, if you're a parent, don't let your kids see it. Number two on my top five summer flicks of summer 2016 is a tie. Ooh. The first flick I listed at number two is Star Trek Beyond. It is the third installment in the reboot of the Star Trek franchise, which has been flawless. I mean, it's been flawless. I haven't had any complaints about it. The reviews have always been great overall. The first two were all J.J. Abrams, and they were a lot more serious, a lot more dark. What I loved about this third installment, Justin Lin, famous for Fast and Furious, was brought in, and he really changed gears, but he managed to do so and keep the emotional investment in the actual storyline. So you still got a little bit of the heaviness that we like. You got a great meaning behind the story, but it was full throttle action, and it was just fun from beginning to end. It felt like a short film, and it wasn't. And that was just because it was paced so perfectly. So the first film listed at number two, Star Trek Beyond. The second film tied with Star Trek Beyond is Suicide Squad. And those of you who know me were probably expecting that to be number one because I'm such a huge DC fan. But honestly, of course, this film is a film that we've been seeing, all kind of information and behind the scenes clips leak from over the past year. And it just seemed like they were leaking too much. It seemed like they were rushing too much. And it was just going to be a disaster. We did not get that. And I mean, a lot of Marvel fans surprisingly agreed after seeing this. We didn't get that. As far as the direction DC has taken, they made some mistakes, of course, starting off. This film was a band-aid, and I said that in the review for Suicide Squad on that, and it really got me, and I think a lot of other fans and moviegoers excited for where it's going with Justice League and the solo films. The casting was great. Joker was fun. Harley Quinn was fun. There were a couple of little surprises there with their characters and where they're going with them. Once again, Ben's the man. I don't care what you say. But yeah, Suicide Squad. That's tied for number two with Star Trek Beyond. And the number one flick for the 2016 top five summer films of 2016 is Captain America Civil War, of course. And like I said, technically it wasn't in the summer, but in my opinion, it kicked off the summer movie season. It was perfect. It was perfect. I can't think of a flaw with it. The casting, of course, was great. The acting was great. The storyline was great. Now, you could probably have some complaints about what, happened at the end, as far as it being that heavy or that it being that much big of a deal. But I loved it. I thought the climax was great. And then, of course, Black Panther. I mean, wow. They're really setting the bar. Marvel is. And of course, it's not easy for me to admit that, being Mr. DC. But they're setting the bar. They have their own lane. They've created their own lane, and they're comfortable in it. And it seems like it's only going to continue to get better. And then, of course, the airport scene, Ant-Man, Spider-Man, Black Panther, everybody. It was magic. It took you back to your childhood, regardless of how old you are. So the number one film for 2016 summer is Captain America Civil War. All right, so that's my five. For the most part, you probably don't agree. I'm sure most of you agree with number one, but the rest of them, you probably don't completely agree. And of course, comment, let me know what you think. I've kind of taken a break from the theater because I really wore myself out this summer, going every weekend, sometimes twice a weekend. But the reviews will pick up here for the fall. Within the next couple of weeks, we have movies I'm excited about. Blair Witch, I'm very excited about. Deepwater Horizon, Doctor Strange, and several others. So the reviews are about to pick up again and be heavy throughout the fall. So keep watching. If you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe. and let me know what you think. I love arguing. So until next time, hey.